Have you ever wondered how and why some of the most powerful countries in the world were formed? In this thrilling journey through time, we'll explore the hidden stories behind the creation of 10 nations that have left an indelible mark on our world. From ancient empires to modern republics, we all uncovered the secrets that shaped these countries and the events that led to their rise to power. But be warned, some of these origins are so shocking, they'll change everything you thought you knew about world history. So sit tight and get ready to discover the untold origins of the 10 nations that shaped our world. Number 10. Spain. Before Spain as we know it today existed, the Iberian Peninsula was home to a multitude of different peoples, including the Celtiberians, Basques, and several Germanic tribes. However, the history of modern Spain can be traced back to the arrival of the Phoenicians, who established a number of coastal settlements. Over time, the Carthaginians, a Phoenician colony, gained control of the peninsula, and it became known as Hispania. In the 3rd century BC, the Roman Empire conquered Hispania and incorporated it into their vast domain. Roman rule lasted for centuries and had a profound impact on the culture and language of the region. As the Roman Empire declined, various Germanic tribes such as the Suebi, Visigoths, and Vandals invaded and settled in the Iberian Peninsula. The Visigoths established a kingdom in the south, while the Suebi set up a smaller one in the northwest. This period saw the emergence of the Spanish language and the adoption of Christianity as the dominant religion. In the early 8th century, the Umayyad Caliphate from North Africa conquered most of the Iberian Peninsula and ruled over it for several centuries. This period, known as Al-Andalus, was a golden age for the region and witnessed significant advancements in science, art, and architecture. Meanwhile, the northern part of the peninsula remained under the control of the Kingdom of Asturias. Over the next several centuries, the Christian kingdoms of Leon, Castile, Aragon, and Granada emerged. In the late 15th century, Spain as we know it today was formed when Ferdinand and Isabella, the Catholic monarchs of Castile and Aragon, unified their kingdoms and expelled the Moors from the Iberian Peninsula. Spain went on to become a global power during the Age of Exploration, with its explorers venturing to the Americas and other parts of the world. Number 9. Germany. The origins of Germany can be traced back to the 9th century when a group of people known as the Saxons, along with the Angles and the Jutes, migrated to the region. These Germanic tribes established small independent kingdoms, but as the centuries passed, larger kingdoms began to emerge. By the 10th century, the Saxon king Henry the Fowler was able to unite much of central and northern Germany under his rule and laid the foundation for the Holy Roman Empire. However, it was until the 16th century that the term Germany started being used to refer to the region. During the Middle Ages, the Holy Roman Empire was a loose federation of independent states, and it was until the Napoleonic Wars in the early 19th century that a sense of national identity began to develop among the German people. Following the defeat of Napoleon, Congress of Vienna in 1815 established a German confederation of 39 states, aimed to maintain peace and stability in the region. But despite this, several conflicts continued to erupt between the various German states. It was until 1871 that the German Empire was finally formed following the victory of the Second Franco-Prussian War. The newly formed empire consisted of Prussia, Austria, Bavaria, Saxony, Württemberg, and several other smaller states. Despite its relatively late start as a unified nation, Germany quickly became a major player on the world stage and is now one of the most powerful economies in the world. Number 8. France. The story of France dates back to the 4th century when the area known as Gaul was inhabited by Celtic tribes. However, the country's name derives from the Franks, a Germanic tribe that settled in the region in the 3rd century AD. The Frankish king Clovis I played a pivotal role in shaping early French history. His decision to convert to Christianity in the mid-5th century marked a significant shift in the religious landscape of Gaul, setting the stage for France's future as a predominantly Christian nation. Over the next several centuries, the Frankish kingdom expanded, and the Carolingian dynasty, which began with Pepin the Short, continued the process of transforming Gaul into a cohesive political entity. The reign of Charlemagne, Pepin's son, was particularly transformative. In 800 AD, Charlemagne was crowned the first Holy Roman Emperor, uniting the disparate regions of Western Europe under one banner. This event, known as the coronation of Charlemagne, is often seen as a pivotal moment in European history, marking the continuation of Roman traditions in the West after the fall of the Western Roman Empire. Under Charlemagne's rule, education in the arts flourished, leading to a period sometimes referred to as the Carolingian Renaissance. The Frankish kingdom eventually fractured, giving rise to several smaller entities, including the Kingdom of West Francia, which encompassed the area roughly corresponding to modern-day France. The Capetian dynasty, which began with Hugh Capet's accession to the throne in 987, played a crucial role in forging a distinct French identity. Over the course of the 10th and 11th centuries, the Capetians gradually expanded their power, laying the groundwork for a more centralized state. The Hundred Years' War with England in the 14th century further solidified French national consciousness. Although the war had its ups and downs, and is a subject of much historical debate, it's generally regarded as a pivotal moment in shaping French identity. France emerged from the conflict with a renewed sense of patriotism and an impetus for greater centralization. By the 18th century, France had evolved into a major European power, playing a significant role in shaping the continent's political and cultural landscape during the French Revolution and the Napoleonic era. The revolution that began in 1789 profoundly transformed not only France, but also Europe and the world. It challenged long-standing social norms, political structures, and religious authority, leaving an enduring legacy on human history. Number 7. Italy. The story of Italy's unification is a tale of passion, perseverance, and political maneuvering. In the 19th century, Italy was a patchwork quilt of independent states, many of which were ruled by foreign powers. The Austrian Empire had a significant presence in northern Italy, while the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies, under the Bourbon dynasty, dominated the south. Amidst this fragmented landscape, a growing sense of nationalism emerged, fueled by a shared language, culture, and history. Key figures like Joseph Mazzini, a journalist and activist, and Camillo Benso di Cavour, Prime Minister of Sardinia, worked tirelessly to promote Italian unification. Cavour's strategic brilliance lay in his ability to navigate the complex web of European diplomacy. He formed a crucial alliance with the Kingdom of Sardinia, using its prestige to champion the cause of Italian unification. Meanwhile, the efforts of revolutionaries like Giuseppe Garibaldi, who led the famous March on Rome, proved instrumental in uniting the disparate regions of Italy. On March 17, 1861, the Kingdom of Italy was proclaimed, marking a momentous occasion in the country's history. Victor Emmanuel II of Sardinia was proclaimed King of Italy, and the new nation comprised the regions of Piedmont, Lombardy, Sardinia, Tuscany, Central Italy, the Papal States, and Sicily. Despite this progress, the path to complete unification was not without its challenges. The unification of Italy left several issues unresolved, including the status of Venice, which remained under Austrian rule, and the persistent tensions between the North and the South. Yet the unification marked a significant stride towards creating a unified and independent Italy on the European map. Number 6. Brazil. Brazil's history as a nation is deeply rooted in Portugal's colonial past. In the 15th century, Portuguese explorers began exploring the vast coastline of what is now Brazil, believing it to be part of a larger landmass known as terra firma. Initially, the Portuguese established small settlements and trading posts. But it wasn't until the 16th century that permanent settlements began to emerge. In 1532, the Portuguese king sent a group of settlers to the area known as the Captaincy of Brazil, marking the beginning of formal colonization. The Portuguese colonial administration divided the territory into 15 captaincies, each initially granted to a nobleman who was responsible for developing the land. Brazil's colonial era was characterized by the extraction of natural resources, particularly sugar, gold, and later coffee. The Portuguese colonial system was designed to extract wealth from the colonies and send it back to Portugal. The Portuguese also introduced African slaves to work on the plantations, leading to a complex racial and social hierarchy. Throughout the colonial period, there were sporadic attempts by the Dutch and British to claim parts of Brazilian territory, but these efforts were largely unsuccessful. In the early 19th century, a series of internal revolts and external pressures contributed to the end of Portuguese rule in Brazil. On September 7, 1822, the Brazilian independence movement culminated when Prince Pedro, who had been sent by his father, The Portuguese King John VI, to govern Brazil, declared Brazil's independence from Portugal. The newly independent nation faced challenges such as defining its borders, establishing a stable government, and navigating relations with its former colonial ruler. Over time, Brazil developed into a major player on the global stage, known for its vast natural resources and agricultural production. Number 5. Turkey. The story of Turkey takes us back to the year 1299, when the Ottoman Empire was founded by Osman I in northwest Anatolia. This formidable empire would go on to conquer Constantinople in 1453, marking a significant turning point in world history. The Ottoman rulers adopted the title of Sultan, signifying their supreme authority within the empire. At its peak, the Ottoman Empire stretched from North Africa to the Middle East and southeastern Europe, leaving an indelible mark on the cultural and historical landscape of the region. As the empire expanded, the Ottomans adopted a policy of religious tolerance, allowing different faiths to coexist within their vast dominion. Following World War I, the Ottoman Empire collapsed, and the Republic of Turkey was proclaimed in 1923 under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. Atatürk implemented sweeping reforms aimed at modernizing the country, including the introduction of a new alphabet and the abolition of the caliphate. In the 20th century, Turkey became a key member of NATO, marking a significant shift in its foreign policy and international alliances. Today, Turkey stands as both a bridge between the East and the West and a prominent voice in the Muslim world. Its strategic location and unique blend of tradition and modernity continue to shape its role on the global stage. Number 4. United Kingdom. The story of the United Kingdom is one of conquest, unity, and evolution. Anglo-Saxon tribes, including the Angles, Saxons, and Jutes, migrated to Britain during the 5th century, laying the foundation for the English language and culture. Over the next several centuries, England and Scotland developed as separate kingdoms, each with its own distinct identity and heritage. In the 17th century, the English Civil War pitted King Charles I against his own people, leading to the establishment of a republic and the execution of the monarch. Oliver Cromwell's rule as Lord Protector marked a period of instability and conflict. However, the restoration of the monarchy in 1660 brought about a new era of growth and prosperity. In the late 18th century, the American Revolution saw the 13 colonies in North America declare independence from British rule, marking a significant shift in the global balance of power. Despite losing the American colonies, the British Empire continued to expand, acquiring territories in Africa, Asia, and Australia. The Industrial Revolution in the 19th century transformed Britain into a global powerhouse, with cities like Manchester and Birmingham becoming centers of innovation and trade. The United Kingdom, as we know it today, was formally established in 1801, when the Parliaments of Great Britain and Ireland united, creating the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. Throughout the 20th century, the UK played a pivotal role in major world events, from both world wars to the formation of the European Union. Number 3. Greece. The roots of modern Greece can be traced back to the ancient civilizations that flourished in the region. In the 8th century BC, a group of Greek settlers established the first independent city-state, known as Aria, laying the foundation for what would become a cultural and intellectual powerhouse. The ancient Greeks excelled in philosophy, literature, art, and architecture, with thinkers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle shaping Western thought. As the centuries passed, the Greek city-states thrived, engaging in trade, establishing colonies, and forging alliances. The Persian Wars in the 5th century BC saw the Greeks unite to resist the vast Persian Empire, emerging victorious and preserving their independence. In the 4th century, the Macedonian king Philip II forged a new kingdom, laying the groundwork for Alexander the Great's conquests. After Alexander's death, his empire fragmented, leading to the Hellenistic period, which saw Greek culture spread across the Mediterranean. During the Roman and Byzantine eras, Greece came under foreign rule, yet its cultural influence endured. In the 15th century, the Ottoman Empire conquered Greece, marking a period of decline and stagnation. However, the seeds of a national revival were sown during the Greek War of Independence in the early 19th century, inspired by Enlightenment ideals and fueled by a desire for self-rule. With the support of Russia, France, Britain, and other allies, the Greeks successfully fought for their independence from the Ottomans. On March 3, 1821, the Greek nation was officially recognized, marking the beginning of modern Greece. The newly independent nation faced numerous challenges, including establishing a stable government and economy. Number 2, Israel. The story of Israel's creation is deeply rooted in religious and historical significance. For centuries, the land known as Canaan or Palestine held immense importance for the Jewish people as the biblical homeland of their ancestors. However, it was until the 20th century that the idea of establishing a Jewish state in the region gained momentum. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the Zionist movement emerged as a response to rising anti-Semitism in Europe. Led by Theodor Herzl, the movement advocated for the establishment of a Jewish state in Palestine as a means of ensuring the safety and self-determination of the Jewish people. Following the horrors of the Holocaust, the urgency for a Jewish homeland grew. In 1947, the United Nations proposed a plan to partition Palestine into 2 states, one Jewish and one Arab. While the plan was accepted by Jewish leaders, it was rejected by Arab leaders, who viewed it as a threat to their interests in the region. On May 14, 1948, David Ben-Gurion, the leader of the Jewish Agency, proclaimed the establishment of the State of Israel. This momentous declaration coincided with the end of British colonial rule in Palestine and immediately sparked the Arab-Israeli conflict, which continues to this day. Since its creation, Israel has faced numerous challenges, including ongoing conflicts with neighboring Arab states and internal political divisions. Despite these challenges, Israel has emerged as a technological and cultural hub, playing a significant role in the global stage. Number 1, USA. The story of the United States of America is one of revolution, expansion, and resilience. The United States as we know it today is the result of a complex tapestry of events, cultures, and individuals that have shaped its identity over the centuries. From the indigenous populations who first inhabited the land to the waves of immigrants who have sought new lives on its shores, the story of the U.S. is a testament to the power of diversity and the pursuit of freedom. The U.S. has evolved into a global superpower, playing a pivotal role in international affairs and serving as a beacon of democracy and opportunity for many. But this journey hasn't been without its challenges. The U.S. has grappled with issues of inequality, civil rights, and political divisions. Yet it's the very fabric of these challenges and the efforts to overcome them that have contributed to the richness and complexity of American history. From the early days of European colonization to the American Revolution, the Louisiana Purchase, and the settling of the West, each era has left an indelible mark on the nation's character. The industrialization of the late 19th century, the economic booms and busts of the 20th century, and the technological advancements of the 21st century have all shaped the American way of life. Through it all, the United States has demonstrated a remarkable capacity for innovation, adaptation, and growth. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the untold origins of 10 nations that shaped our world. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Leave a comment and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating history videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts and see you in the next video.